1 of Swami Vivekananda Institute. So today I am going to tell you about the pattern of paper 1. First of all, we should understand that what is actually UGC-NET and JRF. UGC-NET is Union Grant Commission, which every year twice conduct an exam called NET and JRF. And what is it? NET is basically which checks your eligibility for assistant professor in any college. It can be Delhi University, it can be any private college like IP University, any college all over India as it is national level exam. Now, what is JRF? JRF is Junior Research Fellowship. The students who want to go for PhD can apply for a scholarship monthly. That is a very great opportunity provided by our nation. And if they crack a certain percentile above from NET, they can get JRF, that is Junior Research Fellowship. So, I have almost given NET twice, but it's very easy to crack if you take a very perfect strategy in your head. All this exam asks you for a perfect strategy and time management. And here in this prestige institute, we provide you the facilities which can help you to crack the exam in a very first attempt. So let's check the pattern of UGC-NET, what is it and how the exam is divided. Basically, this exam is divided into two papers. Paper 1 and paper 2. The paper 2 is your subject paper. For an example, if you are a student of English, so your paper 2 will be of English. If you are from law, commerce, media and communication, there are almost 84 subjects. Every language like Odia, French, Spanish, all kinds of subjects are involved in paper 2. Whereas paper 1 is common for everybody who sits for the exam. Okay, so now look at the question pattern, then how questions are actually divided in this paper. In paper 1, there are basically 50 questions from 10 units. This is a very important point. There are 50 questions which come from 10 units which are prescribed in the syllabus of UGC-NET. And in paper 2, there are 100 questions which are your subject questions which check your subject knowledge and understanding of your specific genre. Now let's come to the paper 1 because in this video I am only focusing on the paper 1 division, that what is the pattern of paper 1 and how you guys should prepare well for paper 1. Okay, so why paper 1 is important? Because it is the paper which checks your teaching and research aptitude. See, you guys will be future assistant professors or the research scholars. So UGC-NET very commendably checks this, that whether you have that aptitude of teaching or research. That's why this paper is very, very important. And secondly, if we see this from the perspective of the students and of the criteria which they are putting, it is not very difficult to crack. But it creates a lot of margin between the students because many students take this paper very lightly. They do not understand the importance of this paper. They thought that teaching, research, communication or comprehensions, these are the name of the units. They think they are very easy and they can do them on the spot in the exam. This is the biggest mistake which they commit by taking this paper very lightly. So in this video, we are going to see the pattern-wise division of paper 1. See, as you can see, there are 10 units, okay, and from each unit, UGC-NET asks every year 5 questions. For an example, 5 questions from teaching, 5 questions from research, 5 questions from comprehension, and so on. Okay, so now with patience we will see each unit, a kind of introduction I will give you of each unit and on which topics we should focus from all these or they can ask you what is a learner. But nowadays, from after 2018, after where CBSE stopped to conduct UGC and NTA is conducting UGC-NET, they are asking very tricky questions. These topics are very simple. They are very simple to understand, but they are twisting the pattern. Okay, they are making a simple question also tricky by using the lofty language or by giving the multiple choice, many multiple choice questions which are quite similar. And students lose their very easy, very scoring 5 marks just and based. So in teaching aptitude, we basically cover each and every aspect of teaching, of learner, of evaluation system, and so on. The research aptitude is important for everyone who is going to pursue PhD in their subjects. In this, we will see variety of research like experimental research, demonstration research. Then we are looking for some kind of variables. It is a quite deep unit, but still the topics are very simple. If we study them thoroughly, it is not that difficult. Now, comprehension is a very easy unit from which we can squeeze 5 marks very easily. We all know comprehension as we are doing this unit from our school days, that is an unseen passage, and we just have to correct the right answer. But the question arises that how you manage your time well. See, as I have told you earlier also in this video, that this paper UGC-NET does not just check your basic knowledge or your understanding, but it also looks at how well you can handle the stress and how well you can manage the time. Those 3 hours, how you divide those 3 hours in 150 questions. Okay, so UGC-NET is checking all the things, your skills, your abilities, plus your knowledge. Now, communication again, this is a very simple unit, and the students who are already doing journalism, it has already been covered in their subject too, but the students who are of different subjects can see communication. For an example, in this communication, we are just looking different types of communication like formal communication, informal communication, grade-wise communication, and also there is a very famous structure that is a flow chart, that first a sender sends a message, then there is encoding, decoding. These kind of questions are covered in this unit, communication. Okay, now come to the part mathematical reasoning and aptitude. Many students are afraid of this unit and they think that we should just leave this unit while preparing for it. I will tell you, this unit seems difficult, but in actual it is not. Because they ask you very simple questions from mathematics. For an example, they ask you the profit loss, word problems, or the average speed questions which we have done till our 8th or 10th standard. The percentage questions, the SP, CP, all the basic mathematical questions are covered in this. And if you study for 10 days, if you practice just 1 hour every day mathematics, then this unit is not very easy. It's very easy. Okay, next is logical reasoning. Okay, again this is linked to mathematical reasoning. In logical reasoning, we see statements and reasoning questions, statement assumptions, and there are some square of opposition. If you guys know, every year it asks one question from square of opposition, and now recently the UGC-NET has started to ask questions from Indian logic as well. Every subtopic of logical reasoning is very crucial. Next is data interpretation. So the students who has commerce background, okay, so they can do the data interpretation very easily. Okay, so what is data interpretation? That they will give you a table in which there will be a data of anything from vehicle, a flow chart of vehicles, and in this is here how many vehicles have to solve. Okay, so I feel that in this unit data interpretation, a famous quote that practice makes a man perfect completely fits in this unit, that is data interpretation. Now, information and communication technology. This part covers your ICT, your computer skills. Okay, it is also not very hard, as very basic questions from your technological skills, like about the computer, output devices, input devices, or they can ask to convert the decimal into boolean or boolean into decimal. A small part of computer science is covered in this unit, that is ICT. Now let's come to the part people development and environment. This unit just covers your social science studies plus science. All we do in this unit is talk about environment, the sustainable development, and the other global development goals, millennium goals, and so many things about the wildlife as well, all related to the environment. The social studies is covered in this unit. Now the last unit is very important. That is higher education system, and the most important part of higher education system unit is that you have to be updated till the NET exam. For an example, in the year 2020 they published the new education policy, and in the next exam there are so many questions from new education policy. So this is the unit where you have to remain very alert and updated, like the current affairs you should know, because what changes they are making in the education system are covered in higher education system. Also they earlier there were some political things also. For an example, they can ask the Lok Sabha members or the functions of Prime Minister or President, but now UGC-NET has removed this portion, but sometimes they might ask. But higher education system is the unit where you have to be very careful and you have to move with the time. So this is the basic introduction which I gave you, and if you study here, if you study with me, I will make sure that you guys crack the UGC-NET in the very first exam. Very first attempt will become your wonderful result, and you will all fly and become the future assistant professors. And secondly, 50 questions, 5 questions from each unit. It is not very difficult, but if you study thoroughly